Today we're going to take a look at something that probably won't even get a second glance once the car is finished. Many moons ago we realised that we were going to have a problem with the steering column cowling on the Mini. The MG-ZR version fits the column, switches and key barrel perfectly, as you'd imagine, but it's way too short. The late MPI Mini cowling is a much better length, but the cutout for the lock barrel is in the wrong place, and the back of it is the wrong shape with the cutouts that we don't need. Our original plan was to fabricate a new one out of aluminium. But then we thought, why don't we make it someone else's problem, and enlisted the help of our friend Antonio Carrozza. Better known for building championship-winning BTCC cars, Tony does a fine line in laser scanning and 3D printing, so we gave him the MPI cowl and a brief to make it fit Binky, and let him get on with it. While Tony was working his magic with the design, we modified the steering column assembly so that the lock barrel was in the right place for this cowling and not the MG-ZR cowling. That meant that all Tony had to do was remove the kick up at the back and fill in the cutouts. The bottom half of the cowl is identical to the original. The completed design looks great. All the features are in the right place. The back now swoops down to meet the dash with no unsightly gaps or holes. The 3 fixing points in the bottom half have been retained, obvs. And Tony's even had a go at redesigning the method for clipping the two halves together. It was at this point, now that he'd finished, that we made his life a tad more difficult. You see, to successfully trim the cowl in black leather, we needed some way of accounting for the thickness of the leather where the two halves meet. So we had him redesign the clipping method, as well as adding in a 5mm return for the leather to glue to, and take 1mm off each edge to take into account the thickness of Nick's chosen hide. With the design finalised, Tony converted the CAD model into something that could be 3D printed. Being born in the 70s and only recently having the luxury of electricity installed in our shed, all this 3D printing malarkey is witchcraft to us. So we figured it's best left to someone who knows what they're doing. The finished article certainly looks shiny. He had a few test prints of different clasp designs, but we're very happy with his chosen method. There's the old and the new next to each other in the printer, and in this shot you can clearly see the difference in the two designs. It fixes to the car in exactly the same way. The trim will just be cut neatly around the 3 recessed holes. You won't see it anyway once it's installed. Here you can see the 2mm gap at the join to accommodate the leather trimming. Dean was quite shocked when we asked him for his input on the design. He normally just has to make the best of what he's been given, but here we've had the 5mm return added for Dean to stick the leather to. Should make for a very neat install. A very big thank you to Tony for his absolutely outstanding work, and to you for watching.
But Rich, you still haven't told us what colour it's going to be.